Oh, that's about the most tech W game you can ever ask for. Hey all, Binks here, and today we're teching against everything. This deck uses only pool 2 cards and it has a counter against just about every single archetype out there. If, let's say, your opponent is setting up a big destruction lane and trying to, blow a bunch of stuff up, bam! Slam down an armor, stop them from doing that. If your opponent is an on reveal deck trying to set up a lane with maybe a Wong or an Odin to get some really powerful effects, bam! You slam down a Cosmo on them, completely stop them in their tracks. Let's say your opponent is playing Khazar or Blue Marvel, wants to really set up a bunch of awesome ongoing effects to help other things out, bam! You hit them with an Enchantress. And maybe your opponent is just playing enormous monsters and trying to flood their side with huge monsters, have way more power than you, boom! You blow them up with the Shang-Chi. This deck is incredible, and I climbed a bunch with it. We'll really quickly go over some of the other cards that are in here. We are kind of split up between tech cards and then just really high value power cards. So other tech cards that we have is the Killmonger, 3 energy, 3 power to destroy all 1-cost cards. So if your opponent's playing any kind of flood deck, this Killmonger is going to destroy them. We also have a Nova in here, which is going to be really great if we're playing a Killmonger later in the game. It's going to pop that Nova, give all of your cards a little bit more power. Because we're playing tech cards, they're usually a little bit lower on the power curve because they have really powerful effects. So the Nova is really going to help us out there. Angela, just a great lane builder. Angela's really hard to replace as a 2-drop in just about any deck. Jessica Jones to get 8 power for 4 energy, just help us really lock down one of those lanes on turn 4, get it buffed up on turn 5, and then make that decision on turn 6. Hobgoblin, a awesome control tool. You're going to send it over to your opponent's side, lower the amount of spaces that they have, and also subtract 8 power from their lane. Super awesome card here in pool 2. A Spider Woman to beat flood decks. It's 11 power if you hit 4 cards on your opponent's side of the board. Works really well against Iron Man lanes. It can just kind of knock 8 power off of it in that regard. And then we finish things off with America Chavez. It's going to be a great way to slam something down on turn 6, and it gives us a little bit more consistency. So whichever tech card we need, we're going to get a little bit closer to it. I was climbing like crazy with this deck against pool 3 decks. So being an only pool 2 deck, I think that you're going to have so much fun with this. It has great ways to counter things, great way to just win out lanes, and you're going to get a lot of 4 and 8 cube games when you're making that big surprising Enchantress at the end of the game or Shang-Chi. So definitely try it out. I think that this deck will dominate the pool 2 ladder if you use it properly. As always, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to like the video. If you're looking for more Marvel Snap content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You can catch me live either here on YouTube or at twitch.tv/binks_plays. Enjoy. I think we're fine to just set up Nova on the outskirts. It's not super important which one we play him in. No 1-drops for our opponent, which isn't ideal, but we can make that work. Probably going to save Killmonger until like turn 5 or so if we can. Okay, opponent's setting up destruction type stuff over here as well. Could be big enough to help us by getting some kind of Shang-Chi out there. You know what we can do? We're ahead. We're going to go ahead and Cosmo because we're going to be expecting a Carnage here. So we're going to go ahead and get a Cosmo put down. Really good shot at like blocking their Carnage type stuff. We're actually going to go ahead and snap because it seems like it's going to be a really strong play. Seems like it's a really strong play. I think that snapping here is totally fine. We're still going to be able to blow up our Nova. We're not relying on a Carnage. We're just using Nova with our Killmonger. So we're going to shut this down. Sabretooth. They have 2 cards here now that they want to destroy, and they're not going to be able to do either of them. So they just invested a lot of resources to kind of tie with us here. We feel in a really good spot. We're still kind of missing the way to finish out our game here. So we can definitely get down just to Jessica Jones. We can push over on the right, but it doesn't seem like we really want to do that. We can let them get their draws. It's not super impactful to let them draw 2 cards. They're only going to have a turn 5 and turn 6. We want to start getting ahead on one of these other locations. I think that Jessica Jones left is totally fine. We'll see kind of what their play is or how they're trying to move forward with it. Trying to get a Typhoid Mary, which is really weird because this definitely looks like they're trying to do Venom type things, but slamming this Typhoid Mary down is just going to keep them hurt kind of for the rest of the game. The Cosmo, it stops them obviously from blowing it up, but also gives us a little bit of a hard time getting ahead here. I think that with them playing first, they might go into Lechigia So I think that playing the Spider-Woman out there is fine. We can do like a Killmonger Nova to finish out the game. We have lots of different ways to try and finish out this game. So we'll see what we can do here. Just got to make sure we're smart about the Cosmo. Okay, so we do get to pull down an extra power from this Taskmaster. So we're really close here. The Spider-Woman actually ended up hurting us a little bit more than it helped us. But I think that a Killmonger here, it's going to give us +5 power middle. We're going to get +9 over on the right. Maybe we even... It's hard how far we should lean into this. Go like here. I kind of want to put all 3 middle though. I'm just scared they're going to try and fight against the task. They're going to try to fight against this Oscorp lane. Find the opponent. Where am I fighting? Opponent could do Venom things, but it doesn't really help them. Opponent could do Red Skull things. So Enchantress would just kind of hurt. So I think that getting our Killmonger armor out is going to be the best. And we can either focus on one of these lanes. I think they're going to try and fight here. So let's just go ahead and try and focus middle. Get a big push and hope they don't drop like a Red Skull on the left. The Red Skull on the left will beat us, but I think we have a shot here. Oh, they played everything left. Okay, so that's probably going to be enough to beat us here. Let's see, what's their other 2-power card? 6 + 3. Yeah. Oh, okay, wait, no, we're going to tie left. I think we end up losing. No, we're going to win left. We're going to win left. We're going to win left and middle. And we killed a 0 off. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, you know, you saw, I mean, we put them in a really hard spot in Asgard where they couldn't do Venom. They couldn't do any kind of destruction type stuff. We kept them just low in power overall, and the Killmonger ended up being really, really good at the end. So great game overall. Not getting anything before turn 3 is a little bit Monka. We can't do a turn 4 play here. I think if we push for Daily Bugle and then we do Cosmo Hobgoblin to win, or no name. Chance they have Hobgoblin too? Yeah, I mean that would suck. Hopefully they play it out beforehand. Rescue, we can Shang-Chi this down. So if we have Cosmo now? No, we don't have Cosmo. We'll go ahead and Nova Killmonger here. And then next turn we'll Shang-Chi left. And then maybe hold off on Shang-Chi. Oh, we should definitely not hold off on Shang-Chi. Man, we're gonna get the same ridiculous Shang-Chi we got last time. The problem is that they might armor this turn, right? There's actually a really good chance that they armor this turn. I think we still go for it. I think it's too powerful of a play. They're playing around, you know, the 66% chance they have armor. I think it's still our best play. Like, Cosmo Hobgoblin is nice, but definitely have green or Hobgoblin. Yeah, if they have Hobgoblin, we're just kind of screwed here. I think the Shang-Chi is too nice to pass up. Maybe we just take it. We don't snap the... Okay, they didn't do it. Opponent probably leaves here though, right? I feel like we could have pushed that a little bit more, but it would have just been a little bit too risky. Even do a little rogue Cosmo here. Seems good. I don't think we need a snap. Should snap before Shang-Chi. So chat, the reason not is that their deck runs armor. And if they were going to play armor, they were going to play it that turn. there's a really good chance opponent was playing down armor on that lane. So while it makes sense, like, oh, he should have snapped, I was making a call that there was a really good chance that my opponent was going to slam down armor on that turn. And if they would have slammed down that armor, I would have Shang-Chi'd there. I was in a huge losing position, because then they just destroy a life and I got no shot. Opponent just destroying left. It's kind of wild if that's the case. Is just Shang-Chi back? That's not gonna be enough. Interesting choice by the opponent. Yeah, I agree that like the snap makes a lot of sense, but I definitely had a read on a destroyer deck there. So armor is very common to defend those 2 cards on turn 5. We take the W there. Very nice. Let's see what opponent's playing over here. Domino. Okay, opponent's playing a domino deck, which means they're just running bad cards. So that's good for us. I think we're gonna want to probably aim to Jessica Jones on 5 then. We can Cosmo middle. I might want to save this Cosmo. A lot of people are running Domino or running some weird like Wong type decks. So maybe just hold off on the Domino. We play like Scorpion out, Jessica Jones out. Then maybe we look to do Enchantress things. Or Cosmo things. Just depends on what we need to do on the last turn. Killmongers is totally fine for us. We lowered the total power of their hand. Let's see what the expansion does. Always a big turn. Okay, I need a big card. Okay, so we evened out. We actually, even though we evened out, okay, so we know our opponent's an Odin deck, right? So this chat is why we saved. This is why we saved our Cosmo. So now we're gonna get a read on wherever our opponent's going to be trying to do Cosmo things, and then we just Cosmo them, and then we feel really good. It's Jubileeing over there, huh? A Hulk. Shang-Chi that down this turn if we get it. We could also, if we can get our Nova out, we can Nova Killmonger this. It would been nice to get the Spider-Woman out. Let's just play this for stats on the right. And then just like look, we should be expecting a Wong coming pretty soon. They play a Wong over on the right. We're actually gonna like ruin their lives, which is great. I just don't want to telegraph where this Cosmo's going too hard. And it's nice to not have to ruin our Jessica Jones trigger. We are going to get ahead here. Okay, so if I'm thinking about my opponent, I'm thinking there's a decent chance that our opponent is going to Odin right to maybe get another Jubilee trigger. Odining right to get another Jubilee trigger seems to make a lot of sense. Let me get Cosmo. Makes a lot of sense to me. Why would Shang-Chi be here? Why would it, you know? Let's go here, here, here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have to play something left. We're gonna win middle. They just play one big card, we're gonna win. I think we still win. I think they're not gonna expect this Cosmo Nova action. And I played it in the right order, which is rare for me. So you play left and right. It's not gonna be enough. No, I got the right sequencing. My sequencing was perfect. As a matter of fact, if I play the armor first, the Nova doesn't die. I fixed it. I actually murdered my sequencing. I did. Otherwise, the Nova's not going to blow up. If you armor the Nova, it's not gonna pop, my friend. GG's, Willie Dills. Very smart play here. I was really bad with sequencing earlier, but that was really nice sequencing at the end, kind of calling them out on needing to do something specific. The Cosmo kind of ruined. They probably did want to do some Odin things later on, so I think just top to bottom, very smart play. Love to see it. I think we're gonna R a Scorpion here, and I think we can do it on Isle of Silence. It feels fine. Yeah, Killmonger's a powerhouse, super powerhouse card. For some reason, I just think that my opponent's going to try and eat their ninja this turn, so I'm gonna Cosmo there, just psycho mode call out. It does stop me from stopping their ongoing effects here, but I don't know. I just felt like that was gonna happen.
Wind, aid my hand.
Interesting. Jessica Jones is a great play though. I mean, they could Juggernaut it, which hurts. So we're gonna get a tie here, and if we get Nova to pair along with this, we're gonna be in a good spot. We can send our Hobby over on their side. That's true. If I Cosmo mid, I can't Hobgoblin mid. That is the thing with running a deck that's full of tech cards, right? Is that you are teching against yourself as well, because all the tech cards kind of fight against each other. It's a blessing and a curse. This is the first time I've seen someone say play Crossbones. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting inclusion in a Storm deck. It's kind of cheeky. It's kind of got some cheeky ideas behind it. Okay. I don't just Doc Ox into the Cosmo lane. Not sure if they were doing that because they knew it would work, or that it was just more of a YOLO. It does feel kind of bad that we can't get anything else over here on the right. The opponent has some way to do that. We're in some trouble. So we can either play one card or Killmonger armor. I think this is fine. We're up by 10 here, down by 6. Opponent's going second. Opponent has some way to influence over here. I don't, like, based on their read I have on their cards, I don't know that they will. I think I just slammed on the Chavez middle and just hope for the best. They have something much bigger. 11 power. We get a tie, plus 10. Let's go! Very nice, chat. Very nice. Just enough. The Scorpion did a ton of work there. See, a lot of people will ask why I run Scorpion a lot of decks. Like this 1, 2, 3, 4 cards it hit. Makes it a 2 energy, 6 power card if you can do that. And you hit 3 to 4 cards really often. Really love the Scorpion. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. Let me just pass. Okay. Eight Subterranea. Just play out Killmonger. We just have to get some stats out there.
I wouldn't.
Still just have to go slow though. Still just have to go slow. Scorpion can get us in a spooky situation with Mystique, I suppose. So maybe we shouldn't be playing Scorpion out here. Just tough. I don't really know what else to do. I guess we look to like Armor Enchantress at the end of the game. We ahead? We are ahead. I think Armor Enchantress wins. So they could have the Mystique middle, right? Which is kind of spooky. But I think this wins most other situations. They could play like Mystique middle, Cyclops right or something. But I think this Armor left and Enchantress right is going to just kind of screw them over. Even we still beat just like we still beat everything. Beat Ultron, beat Onslaught. Yep. That's why we play tech decks, baby. Finally, the Enchantress comes in the clutch. Love to see it. Thank you, Enchantress. Thank you, Armor, for winning us that game. Appreciate you. We'll hold the Nova to play with the Angela. One plays a Deadpool. I think the Deadpool out in here, but if we get like armor type things, it can be really good for us. Don't get armor type things. Who needs cards? True. Or Sinister. Pretty happy with Cosmo in there. If they try and get really greedy with the Deadpool, this puts them in some trouble. This Venom isn't that good. It only turns into like a 4-power Venom. But now they're pretty greedy on the Deadpool, so they need their Killmonger to destroy it. Just sitting here waiting for that subscribe button. Yeah, I feel you too. We'll just wait. I mean, we're doing really well on Twitch. I mean, we're getting over 100 people on Twitch pretty much every time we stream. Getting up to 75 people right now on YouTube, so almost 200 total. So we're definitely at a point where we're getting pretty darn close. I'm gonna go ahead and soul read my opponent and say that they're gonna play Killmonger. And then when they play Killmonger, there's two things that are gonna happen in chat, and they're both gonna be awesome. The first thing is that they're gonna blow up my Nova for me and give me 4 triggers of it. The second thing, chat, is that they're not gonna get their Killmonger to go off on their Deadpool, because I'm gonna block it. It's really just like kind of a accumulation of multiple things. Or they could be I guess they could be, yeah, Hulkbustering that own Venom. It's pretty sweet. Now I basically need a Killmonger next turn. Basically need a Killmonger next turn. Hearing World Chip is next hot location? Who are you hearing that from? We have the Shang-Chi chat. So because we have the Shang-Chi, I think we want to play left. Let them play middle. Fall behind and then murder them with the Shang-Chi. Also, lol, opponent thought that would work. Actually, this might be a bad play. I guess if they play just Chavez mid, or if they play a bunch of small cards, we're in a bit of trouble. But if they play Chavez mid, we're fine because we kill them both. The Venom Hulkbuster combo looks pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty snazzy. There's a lot of people doing stuff like that on Bar Sinister. If you do Hulkbuster first, it's actually a lot better. So they need to play like a small thing middle. Something lower than 8 power. So the first card that they played was a different Venom. These are the copies of the Venom. So it played an 8 power Venom, and then that 8 power Venom created multiple 8 power Venoms. Wait, I think that opponent playing that Killmonger won us the game. Thank you, opponent. We'll just go ahead and pop down those 2 cards. Very nice. GG's. Yeah, it's weird. There's always some weird things that that you have to work out with those. Opponent has Professor X, so he's got to remember that. Probably just laying out this armor in 2 though. We'll see. Okay, so we can armor their Nova, which always feels good. We have to be expecting Professor X on turn 5. We could just get into a position where oh, that feels real good, chat. Feels real good. Let's give them a chance to get out of the game if they want. Let's give them a choice. Choose to get out if they would like. I think Cosmo over on the right is good. It's going to keep them from doing cheeky Professor X's later. Yeah, we're being gamers all day. Let's see, do we stop it on reveal? Wow. Get absolutely teched. Okay. Opponent not having a good time at all right now. I would argue that the opponent is probably not enjoying what's going on right now. He plays Enchantress to turn off my armor. Very interesting. Now they have to blow all this other stuff. Okay, opponent. Chat, opponent is going to think that they can just slam down Professor X in the middle. And we're going to not allow that to happen. We're just going to be one step ahead of them the whole game. It's going to feel really good. They're going to be like, okay, opponent never goes middle here. I'm going to play down my Professor X in the middle, and then we're going to be ahead. GG. Oh, get destroyed. It doesn't matter if I played on the Enchantress. I have 4 power, right? It wasn't meant to like beat him. It was just meant to win, and that's 100% of Professor X. just I'm sorry, Don Connich. I just ruined. Take a couple games off, I guess. Oh, that's about the most tech W game you can ever ask for. Make sure to subscribe. Watch that one too.